Hello, everyone. Meghan is stunned. More lies about the missing kids, and Colombia rolls on to Oblivion latest. It seems like more and more controversy and scandals are coming to Meghan. Going to Colombia has made people more excited than ever when it's not just a fake royal trip, but also the children are dragged into this vortex. Let's hope Meghan can overcome this storm. Serves you right, hahaha. Despite the fact that Harry and Meghan are continuing their phony royal tour, as we disclosed to you not too long ago, it is not necessarily receiving the media attention that they had hoped for. Despite this, it is entirely their own fault, as it is very evident that they did not desire that extension of media exposure. Additionally, as I mentioned before, a significant number of media outlets do not possess sufficient financial resources to cover phony royal tours, due to the fact that they have spent a significant amount of money over the past few years covering actual royals. The bottom line is that they need to be very choosy. Furthermore, as you can see, this is a bit of a farce. I mean, there you have Harry and Meghan going to a school, babbling on about how social media intrusion and digital platforms are all about them, and it's truly all about them. It has absolutely nothing to do with the children on any level. In all honesty, the exploitation is obvious from the very beginning. In that particular nation, these young people certainly do not have the financial means to purchase mobile phones. It does not have the same level of knowledge as, for example, the United Kingdom, and I am certain that it is not as well versed in many other regions of the world. Then, what exactly was the purpose of that? It goes without saying that the woman is a fan of the Netflix series, and they made the decision to take advantage of the situation in order to get some free holiday cheers out of it. What is fascinating about this specific news, and I wanted to bring it to your attention, is that, as you are aware, both Harry and Meghan have publicly declared that they would not be returning until their security detail is resolved. This is something that I wanted to bring to your attention because, as you are aware, this is something that has been known to you. As a result, they are comparable to at least 7 armor-plated automobiles, and there are a lot of people walking around on walkie-talkies, which gives them the appearance of being important. Specifically, the celebrities who are on the A-list. Regrettably, they are not. Whatever people believe, it is falling at an alarming rate on a daily basis. In point of fact, you are able to discern this fact due to the fact that the main magazines, such as The Telegraph and The Times, are being pushed further down the list, even on digital platforms. In the past, the banner would have been displayed for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours. As a result, it is not really resonating in the way that they had anticipated it would. However, this is where things get even more fascinating, because, as we all know, Harry and Meghan were very concerned the last time they were in this location. Harry in particular, when he turned back for the Invictus Games up in Birmingham. And of course, in St. Paul's, was concerned about the booing. You know, the people chanting and being negative to them. He's not used to it, so it's a little bit of a change for him. He has always enjoyed an enormous amount of popularity. This now exerts an even greater degree of control over affairs in Colombia. When I say that the crowds are underwhelmingly mediocre, I am being very polite. You see, the crowds are not really impressive. It's true that the camera won't show it, but there are literally people who are being hurried together. You know, they can't believe it, and their team can't believe it too. But of course, they've been informed that people are concerned about security and other similar things. That is the reason why there are not sufficient numbers of people. So, what exactly took place with the children? In any case, it would appear that this particular person, Franny Marquez, was under the impression that the children would be arriving. To tell you the truth, this is the story, isn't it? It would appear that Archie and Lily would have been thrilled to travel to the country. However, at the 11th hour, they made the decision not to go. This was due to the fact that they did not like to place any additional pressure or financial stress on the one who was sponsoring the vacation. I'm sure you'd think that this is quite intelligent. Is the truth really that good and kind, or is there something more to it? More accurately, it is highly likely that they don't have any children to take with them. Do you agree? If you think so, comment number 1. Or if you don't think so, comment number 2. But it's fascinating to notice how many more times could one say that these invisible children would be showing up to certain events, and then for whatever reason, Archie not being well. She's preparing a cake, so he has to miss the coronation. Wouldn't that be interesting to consider? Do you hold all of those things in your memory? Regrettably, they are not to be found anywhere in sight. For the time being, however, the one thing that appears to be missing from the scene is none other than the devoted followers that they have such a deep affection for. In all seriousness, if you are searching for admirers and a fan base, Colombia is not the place to be. This has proven to be a significant surprise for Harry and Meghan, who are in the process of settling down. Without a doubt, the Meghan of today may embody many personas, but a lady is certainly not one of them. The issue lies in the stark contrast between appearance and reality. A facade can only mask the truth for so long. You can take a rusty old bin, give it a fresh coat of paint, and dress it up to look brand new. But the stench of the trash inside will always betray its true nature. The same holds for those who attempt to disguise their flaws with superficial glamour. You can smear lipstick on a pig and polish it up until it shines. But at the end of the day, it's still just a pig, unchanged and unrefined. Harry, in his naivety, or perhaps blinded by love, might have believed he had secured himself a triple chocolate gâteau with Meghan, a decadent, luxurious treat that would satisfy the most discerning of tastes. Yet, as he made that first slice, eagerly anticipating the richness within, what he discovered was far from sweet. Instead of the indulgent layers he expected, he found nothing but dog food, plain, unappetizing, and a far cry from the elegance he was promised. The bitter truth is that no amount of frosting can change what lies beneath. The reality, once unveiled, is unavoidable and inescapable, leaving one to wonder how long this illusion can be maintained before the facade finally crumbles, exposing the unpleasant truth that was always there, lurking just beneath the surface. Also, I believe there are many people like me who want to immediately strip the titles of the two scammers Meghan and Harry. My understanding is it's because the king can't. It has to be Parliament. Once Parliament does strip the titles, the king could also do a letters patent and put the prince's title into abeyance. But no one thinks King Charles III will do anything to his precious boy. Sad deal, because until something is done, Harry and Meghan will continue on this destructive path. It makes King Charles III look very weak. Well, I know Harry is his son, but I think King Charles owes it to the British people to have the titles removed. The British are ashamed that the two non-working royals are being allowed to disgrace the actual working royals, and nothing is being done after a few years. I really think it is time for the king to now consider his people and have all titles removed from Harry and that woman, also their children, as there has been no DNA to prove that they are Harry's children, and if there are any children, the same thing that no matter how many times Meghan undergoes extreme makeovers, real age of 48 to look like 42 years old, only still too many veins and too many wrinkles. And because she wanted to look like Princess Catherine, she kept on trying to be skinny, thinking it was worth praising. Princess Catherine is taller and her legs are strong, not chicken legs like Meghan's. When Princess Catherine is wearing a gown, she looks taller and it enhances her slim body and inborn beauty. Rachel cannot compete with Princess Catherine, no matter how many trolls she is paying to shame and accuse the princess. The more the Princess of Wales is being loved, the more she looks beautiful, because she has a beautiful heart. No royal family will ever dream of inviting Rachel to be part of the family because of Rachel's behavior, unacceptable past relationships, shady jobs, and questionable college diplomas. Imagine being a millionaire, and in Harry's case, being one his whole life in the most famous, aristocratic family around, and having taxpayers have to pay for your vacation. That's really fed up of Harry and Meghan to keep doing that to people. This is why they are referred to as grifters. That's like using the Invictus Games as their own personal cash cow. Instead of the donations being gathered and used on the veterans, it's gathered up to be distributed to Harry and Meghan for their own use. Especially not forgetting Archewell, which was investigated last year. It's reported that out of all the donations, only 5% is given to charity, and the other 95% goes to an account in Delaware. Moreover, how many more times are they going to give excuses about the absence of the children? I suppose they will continue until they are exposed for the con of the century. We all know the truth. Now we want it exposed. Well, I think when Harry married that woman, he did not think, nor did he know those details. To be honest, he never encountered such a character in his life. But that doesn't negate his stupidity. Do you agree with me that he should be held responsible for all his decisions since he no longer has a child? Please leave a comment below and share your opinions if this is the case. I deeply appreciate you taking the time to view my video. I would be grateful if you would show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Goodbye, and we will see each other again soon.